Thanks everyone, coming back for another segment of Michigan Conservative Roundtable. I have Mac to my right. My name is TJ, and in this segment I'd like to mention that last week Smith & Wesson put out a press release. They are relocating to one of my favorite states and one of my favorite areas of my favorite state, Maryville, Tennessee. I know that area very well. For living in Michigan, I know that area pretty well, thanks to my wife and my wife's family. But they're not. Here's what's happening. Massachusetts is in the process of developing legislation intended to, and I don't know the very specifics because it's not exactly a done deal, so you could say it's in the developmental phase perhaps, but they're trying to stop Smith & Wesson from making guns and selling them across the country. As far as if the weapon's deemed if it's deemed one of those like assault type weapons, you can't make it. Like an AR maybe. Okay? So
of course we all know that an inanimate object can't assault anyone.
Well, in any event,
do we have assault knives?
Smith & Wesson's trying to get ahead of the curve here. The very fact that it's being discussed and there is the suspicion that something may actually be voted on and passed. So prior to that, Smith & Wesson's throwing in the towel and saying, all right, we're getting the hell out of Dodge.
Well, what choice do they have? They're not going to be able to do their business properly.
Now, they do intend to keep a facility there, probably, and I'm just going to make a guess here because right now everything is developing. It sounds like they might still make revolvers there or something because, revolvers aren't at this time deemed assault weapons, because, well, they're 6 shots and they're this and that and whatnot. But what Smith & Wesson's doing is they're closing up plants in other states also, Missouri, and I do have a list here somewhere, but I'm not going to waste time looking for it. But they have other plants, and I know one was in Missouri, and they're going to just consolidate and bring it all to Maryville, Tennessee.
Well, see, normally a state would be concerned about losing those jobs and that tax money, which I'm sure is substantial. But they're not, and they're not for one reason. Because they're going to get a check from Uncle Joe.
Oh, yeah. They in their press release, they gave a list of 6 or 7 bullet points of their reason for leaving. They want to move to a state where there's greater support for the Second Amendment. Business-friendly environment. New England is not exactly business-friendly, really, in any business.
No, because it's a Marxist state. It's often referred to as the People's Republic of Massachusetts.
Here's one that I found interesting. Quality of life for employees. As if quality of life, if you can imagine this, quality of life they think could be better for their employees in Tennessee than the elitist
well, I can imagine, and I don't know this, I'm only imagining, that if you and I work there and we go to a bar and we're sitting at the bar and say, hey, where you guys work? Oh, we work at Smith & Wesson.
Oh, get out of here.
Yeah, get out. You're cancer. We hate you.
You're
killing people.
Another reason, cost of living and affordability.
Well, they don't have an income tax in Tennessee.
Access to higher education institutions. Availability of qualified labor for its operations and headquarter functions, and favorable location for efficiency of distribution. I do know this, that a lot of companies do like to have like a hub of some sort in that area because they can send everything out in multiple directions. I know businesses tend to like that.
Yeah.
So,
well, businesses are in the business of making money, not necessarily products. They're in the business of making money, and you can't make any if you're going to be completely stifled by
leftists,
by their insanity that the gun kills people.
Yeah. I guess Smith & Wesson, this is a little bit of FYI here. They were incorporated in 1852. They expect this new headquarters facility in Maryville, they expect to pull in 750 jobs to that area. And Maryville is not a very, it's a city, but it's not a very large city.
Well, it's going to get larger.
It's good. It's going to get large now.
Yeah.
In fact, it'll be interesting what it'll be like when we go back for my wife's family reunions.
Yeah.
But
Well, take your Smith & Wesson with you.
yeah. But anyways, I just found it very interesting. You can say about Smith whatever you want to. No company's perfect. Companies make mistakes. They rebound. My first two handguns were Smiths. My first handgun was a Smith & Wesson Model 39, which was known to have a weak extractor, and I know that for a fact because I've had to replace it a couple times. And then my second handgun was a Model 19 .357 revolver, which I will always hold near and dear to my heart.
Right.
So yeah, my first two handguns were Smiths. I have other handguns by other manufacturers, but
Smiths, as they would say in some neighborhoods.
yeah, Smiths. Yeah. So that's all I got.
Okay.
You could say what took them so long to get the hell out of Dodge, but you know what? They've righted that ship, so good for them.
Yes, I agree, 100%.
And that's all I got. That's all I got. So we'll see you in the next one, and that's it. As always, be safe, watch your six, and don't tread on me.